Afternoon, everybody. Joseph Hennessy. The name of the channel is The Children. I'm on a spiritual journey of enlightenment to the fifth dimension. So I'm looking for rainbow warriors, light workers, star seeds, teachers, empaths, kind, caring human beings. They're just tired of the narrative that's beaten into our heads in the Matrix, which is one big program. It's a big illusion that we all accept. But it's going to be fixed. Everything's got to be brought out to the center. All the evil that's being done on this planet. And it's just getting worse and worse because they're on their last legs. They're going to do as much destruction as they can. And they're doing a damn good job. But anyway, it's about the children. I'm always going to circle back to the children. If we fix the planet for the children, which we are going to do, it fixes it for us, in which in turn God will take care of me for doing the work that I'm doing to help humanity. You can laugh and think it's crazy, but everything that I've talked about the last 5 years seems to be coming to fruition. And I'm a conspiracy theorist, which means I don't believe anything that the government tells me. So yesterday, I was watching a video on Jimmy Dore, who's a comedian, very well known. He says he's not a literal, but I think he leans more that way. And he suffers from TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. But he says a lot of good things, and one of the interviews that he showed yesterday was with Dr. John Campbell, who I've mentioned on my channel a few times. He's a doctor and a nurse practitioner, I believe, in England, who's done many reports on vaccines and flu shots and all those various types of things. And he was silenced during COVID-19, just like many doctors were. Thousands. Peer-reviewed papers were pushed aside by Facebook, YouTube, and I'm sitting here at Facebook as I speak. CIA, which they created after 2001 9/11, so they could spy on us under the guise of fear, war. They're out to get us, but no one's out to get us except for our own government. But anyway, John Campbell was speaking yesterday about the flu shot, the 2025 flu shot, influenza, and he says that this is fact, that if you get that flu shot, you are 30% more likely to catch influenza, the flu. Sounds like the vaccines. Vaccines didn't stop transmission or anything. They said it helped you from not dying. Well, the definition of a vaccine was changed during COVID-19 because the vaccine should be one and done. But it's coming to light that doctors all over the world are shouting out that none of these vaccines actually work. Polio vaccine, I've said this before, they actually renamed everything. They just invented pills. It's always about medication with these people. They don't want to make you healthy. They just want to make you sick. So people are lining up for flu shots to get sick. YouTube and Facebook took all these types of videos down the last 5 years if you went against their narrative of Big Pharma. Ivermectin, hydrochloroquine was the proper cure for COVID-19, which was blown out to be the flu. Nobody died from the flu in 2020 or 2021 because they renamed it COVID-19, which is the flu. They lied through their teeth. We're going to close it down for 2 weeks. They closed it down for 2 years. Everything about COVID-19, the masking up, social distancing, the injection, was all bullshit. Why is Big Pharma allowed to kill people with no recourse. Vaccine injuries are out there if you do your due diligence, do your research, which means you can read. VAERS report, Vaccines Accidents Emergency Reporting Services. I'm not making this up. So John Campbell, go to Jimmy Dore or go to John Campbell yourself on YouTube and listen to the man. He has your best interest in heart. Thousands of doctors did. Robert Malone, Peter McCullough, all silenced because they had a difference of opinion, and their opinions ended up being the correct ones. I was banned off of Facebook and YouTube for going against the narrative. If you talk about Big Pharma, BlackRock, Vanguard, they don't like it. It goes against their narrative. It's just a big club. They have ESG scores where they blackmail into their narrative, and if they go against it, they don't get their funding. I believe they say there's only a few major corporations that are actually left anymore, and they all tie back to BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. The rich get richer, we get poorer. How come nobody's up in arms? I say this over and over again. I didn't even take the magic cure, and it just eats at me 24/7. What they've done, what they did to the kids, what they did to small businesses. 50% of the small companies in the United States were put out of business during COVID-19, but none of the big corporations were closed. Liquor stores were open, cannabis clubs were open, but you couldn't exercise, you couldn't go in the water. They didn't want you out in the sun. Get out in the sun as much as you can. Take your sunglasses off and look at the sun. I'm not talking about staring at it for hours and hours, but the sun doesn't make you go blind. It's all BS. The sun is the giver of life. We die without her, so why would she hurt us? Please, for the children, I'm not going to stop. We got to fix Mother Gaia. We're being given the opportunity. It's a collective thing. Unity, love, sovereignty, equality for everybody. And it has nothing to do with your skin color or your race or your gender, which there are only two. It's about everybody just being the same. We are all uniquely different, but we need to think as one because we all come from the same maker, God. Whatever you believe that is, you believe in God, you believe in something you can't see. So the last 3 years, I bet on a lot of things that I can't see that I know that are going to happen because the signs and synchronicities that I see in my life, there's no way that I can make it up. Like last night, I woke up at 11:11 and at 2:22. There's no way I could program that. I think about things, NASA, the water department, then I run into people as I'm thinking about these things at the most perfect time. Can't make this up. Are you ready to leave behind the low frequency, go to the high vibration? for the children, for us. No more slavery. But it's got to be torn down. In order to rebuild, it's got to be torn down. And sometimes you got to spend money to make money. So if the country goes into a little bit of a backslide, it's because the damage that's been done for the last 200 years is going to take a minute to fix. But have faith. Abundance for all. Freedom. Joy. Your inner child will be coming back out. No more working for 50 years. Then hope that you might be able to do one of the two things that you should have been doing when you were a young person. It's all going to change. Are you willing to give up 3D life? And like I said, I don't care if anybody believes anything I'm saying. It's my truth. But there's a lot of people out there who think just like me. They're just afraid to step up. It's like everybody voting for Trump. They were so terrified of the other side. But I've devoted my life and my time to this. Too far down the rabbit hole to come back. It's either swim or sink. And I'm going to swim. And we're going to win. Everybody have a beautiful, joyous Sunday. Just have a little bit of hope for me. For the children. For a better life. Because it's coming. God bless.